Jim, how much of a shot do you give the Falcons to win the NFC?
I think they will win the NFC. So there's the shot that I think. And I think that I'm a Falcons fan. I coach there. Dan Quinn, I hired him into the NFL as my quality control guy at San Francisco. He's done an amazing job. But the way they can run the ball, or they did run the ball the other night. Now, the Rams have struggled this year against the run, but they were able to run the ball when they had to, especially in the third and fourth quarter.
Yep.
Having a guy like Matty Ice, who is experienced in these situations, as you said, having those amazing receivers that they have, the energy they play with on defense. Going into Philly will be difficult because of the weather, but Dan is the type of guy that'll get these guys in the right frame of mind to go in there and have a great game. And then they'll probably end up in Minnesota. And now I got some split allegiance because I've got a bunch of guys on the Vikings, Anthony Barr and Eric Kendricks and Kevin all these other guys. But
you got Tack McKinley on there.
I've got Tack at Atlanta. But the way Atlanta is playing right now, they are playing with the confidence of Jacksonville, with a quarterback and an experienced offense that can take them all the way to the Super Bowl, in my opinion.
I agree. I'm picking them. I picked them Saturday to beat the Rams. I'm picking them to beat Philly. I agree with you. I think they have an excellent chance because they have the reigning MVP. They have two receivers. I mean, Julio is a monster. We know that. But Mohamed Sanu is better than people. He's a great number two.
He is.
They can run the ball with Freeman and Coleman. They really have no weakness offensively. Give that defense credit. That was the number one scoring offense in football.
It was.
And they held them to 13 points at home. Now, they took Gurley out. Gurley only had 14 carries. He had 101 yards. Why he didn't have 24 carries or 30 carries?
Well, they didn't have the ball. I mean, they couldn't get him the ball a lot, first of all. And then when you're playing from behind, it changes things.
They turned the ball over.
And then sometimes young coaches, that inexperience maybe shows up a little. And I think Sean McVay is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Once again, he's my ball boy in San Francisco. So I
He'll
have
be coach of the
some
year.
history, and he should be. He's done an amazing job. But, Todd broke some runs late in the second half, but early they couldn't get him going. But you got to give credit to the Falcons defense. Once again, like we were talking about with Jacksonville, they can rush 4 and they can put pressure on you. And they've got Trufant and they've got they can get after you. And sure, we talk about their offense and Julio and Muhammad and all those guys, but that defense is playing fantastic right now.
So, Shannon Sharpe, have I heard you once again jump to another bandwagon? Because last week you were picking the Saints to win the NFC side of the bracket.
Yeah.
And now you're picking the Falcons?
I can see that happening.
You can see it happening?
Yeah.
What is it? Which is it? This man, he just plunged. He just said, they're going to win the NFC.
But can we get past Philly? We got Philly's going to be cold. That bomb cyclone.
But you're a we now because you used to live in Atlanta, so now you're back.
And Matt, Matt about to be a dad,
Matt's not going to be affected by the cold. Let me tell you a funny story. In 2004,
he's from Philly.
We go up to Philly to play in the NFC Championship game when I'm the head coach of the Falcons. And I tell all the guys, I said, we're not wearing sleeves. Nobody's saying the word cold. I love Michael Vick. I mean, I love him to death, no matter what people think. I'm a fan of Michael Vick.
Right.
We walk out on the field, and Mike's got sleeves on. His hands, he comes up and he goes, Jim, I'm freezing. And I said, we're in trouble today.
Yeah.
Matt is not, it's Matty Ice.
Yeah.
Matt's not going to do this.
Yeah, Skip. I mean, Matt,
Well, jump on the bandwagon. Just go ahead and plunge. I want to hear it.
He's supposed to have 2 Lombardis, but he let one slip away.
All right.
He's going to get that one this year for the 2 he's going to be a dad.
So
twins.
you have now switched your pick to Atlanta. Is that what you heard?
I mean, it sounds like you've been on the Philly bandwagon all year.
Yes, I see a big yes coming out of your mouth.
Skip, you don't feel good with what you saw in New Orleans running the football yesterday.
I am not going
you
to
can
back
just
off.
have some courage of your conviction and stick with your pick.
Now, was he a Philly guy or a Saints guy all year?
He was a Philly guy all year, and then going into the playoffs, he's a Saints guy, and now I guess he's back with the
Let's just say this. Between Minnesota, Philadelphia, the Falcons and the Saints, those are 4 great football teams.
Yeah.
Great. Well, that's okay,
Well, better than
he's
being in
earned
the
that.
back.
He's got a yellow jacket. He can do a little bit of that. But those are 4 great teams.
I don't like being in the back. I want to be in the front.
And two of them have great quarterbacks with experience, and 2 of them don't. And this is a quarterback-driven league,
Okay.
and you've got to play great defense.
Which is why I'm going to have the courage of my convictions, because after my Dallas Cowboys fell out of the tournament, they should have been in, but they weren't. I
You
picked
picking the Eagles?
No, I picked the Saints. I told you last week. I picked the Saints, and I didn't love the way they played, but I did like
They
the way
won, though.
Drew Brees played really
Brees
well at a high level. High level.
And a
So-
fearless coach. I
Yep.
mean, Sean, all you have to do is go back a little last Super Bowl when he onside. I mean, the guy is, you watch him on the sidelines, his demeanor, confident, tough, fearless,
Arrogant.
going for it on fourth down. And I loved what he said after the game.
Yeah.
We went for it, didn't work out. Fortunately, they intercepted.
Fortunately, they intercepted, but they did. It was a bad idea, but they did. They got him off the hook.
Yeah.
So I'm going with the Saints to upset Minnesota at Minnesota, and then guess what? Your Falcons will have to come again to that house in New Orleans, right?
Yep.
Yeah. You good with that?
And they're going to make amends for what
we're
they
not
should
gonna make
They should have
amends.
been back-to-back.
Yeah. Here's what I do love about the Falcons that I did not love last year. I was shaky on their defense. They did not have Trufant or Adrian Claiborne last year against New England, right?
Yes.
Well, those are, especially Trufant, that's a big loss. And Adrian Claiborne just, punished me.
If you let Adrian Claiborne get one sack, there's a good chance
he might
he's going
get 6.
He's going to get more than one.
Yeah, especially if it's Chaz Green trying to block him on the left side.
Yeah,
but-
I'm sorry.
or Byron Bell. You know?
Don't fault Adrian Claiborne. You should fault the Cowboys for not giving Chaz Green some help.
I do, but the point is that their defense is carrying them, to me, more than Matty Ice is. He's playing okay now, but he's not playing quite
Let
at
me
the
give
MVP
you
level.
it's the old cliche. They're playing complementary football. They're running the ball well.
They are.
Matt's taking care of the football, and they're playing really good defense and special teams.
Yep.
And they've got momentum.
And
they
as
got confidence.
Charlie
they got a
Weiss
great head
said,
coach.
his son's coach on the team, but nobody has more weapons than these guys do, than Atlanta does.
I don't know how you cover those two guys. I mean, they're gigantic, athletic,
Muhammad's
strong
both of them.
men.
I mean, like 6'3" and a half,
I mean, he looks
225.
Yeah, he just looks like just a mega.
Matt didn't play basketball. He was 21 of 30 for 218, 2 touchdowns. But when you watch the Falcons play defense, they play only a handful of coverage.
Do you realize you have to go back
They
8?
play
Yeah,
3D.
go ahead.
They play
3D,
3D, played a
Robert?
bunch of different ways.
Yep.
It's the old Seattle stuff.
Yep.
And they understand it inside and out.
Yep.
So you have to go back 18 games with Matty Ice to find the last time he had a 3-touchdown game. So he's
But he
got a lot of
didn't need
2s,
that.
Okay,
See,
but that's who he is now.
But no, that's who he needed to be
all right.
to beat the Rams on Saturday
Yeah.
night.
Yeah. Now, he might need to do a little bit more. I doubt it.
How many
That's Nick
times did they
Foles.
run the ball?
39.
How many times does that happen in the NFL?
39. See?
I thought you loved the Eagles.
No.
Hey,
no.
he
When
did when they
Walker
had
to-
Carson.
When they had Walker to him, who would have been the MVP?
Limp it to him wins.
Stop
the,
it.
the problem is, Nick Foles, you're underestimating. He played that one game against New Orleans in the playoffs after the 2013 season. Go look at what he did. It was pretty good.
But I came back to a little more present, and I watched him against the Cowboys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, now you're really hurting him.
Cowboys do that to everybody.
No, they don't. No, not Jerry
Sean
Goff.
Lee.
Not Jerry
You're
Goff.
dealing with Sean Lee.
Stop it,
Well,
Skip.
you are. You know you are.
You see what Russell Wilson did?
To who?
Cowboys defense with Sean Lee.
I saw what Dallas did to Dallas when they had it 1st and goal at the 3-yard line and didn't.
Is Dallas playing this weekend?
Well,
you spent a
you
lot of
want-
time
you
on
want
Dallas
to.
here, Skip.
They didn't hand it to Ezekiel Elliott one time in 4 tries. Wow,
That's what
That's
happened.
interesting.
You know,
or I'd be having a different conversation.
I just
because
want
the
all
Falcons wouldn't
this-
even be in the playoffs.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.